Welcome to News Now Alberta. This is Special Ed. Today we're looking at a video that shows a cop being totally unhinged, a total psychopath, losing his crap over a ticket.
Your threat to get a warrant for my arrest.
Okay, if you want to run your mouth, you will go in handcuffs. Do you understand me? Sit down! Sit
Why
down!
are you speaking to me like this?
Do you want to go to jail right god now? Shut up! Sit down! Shut up!
Welcome back to the Lackluster Channel. In August of 2022, a small convenience store in Bridgeport, West Virginia was visited by compliance officers. During the visit, one of the store's employees sold tobacco to a 20-year-old customer and was cited. Federal law bans the sale of tobacco to anyone under 21, though the state's prohibition is for persons under 18 years. 10 days later, the store's owner, Jennifer Bruce, received a phone call from Trupo of the West Virginia State Police, informing her that the store was due a citation as well, but that the trooper had forgotten to write it during his initial visit.
First of all, he forgot to write her a ticket. It's like, well, too bad, so sad, right? But no, they can write a ticket whenever they want, right? It doesn't really matter to them.
Jennifer alleges that the trooper asked if he could either mail it or drop it off, and after asking for it to be mailed, the trooper confirmed her address. She also asked for Trupo to include a copy of the statute.
I said, could you also include a copy of that law with the citation just so I can have it as a reference? Because I honestly was not even aware. He instantly flipped. He said in a very loud, stern voice, he goes, I tell you what, you got two choices. You either come to the Bridgeport office and pick up this citation, or I'm getting a warrant out for your arrest and I'll just come and pick you up myself. I was dead in my tracks. I froze.
Well, this psychopath sure escalated quickly, didn't he?
I said, wow, that escalated quickly. Like, why, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there to get it.
After the trooper's outburst over the phone, Jennifer traveled down to collect her citation. West Virginia is a one-party consent state when it comes to audio recording, meaning that if you intend on recording a conversation, at least one person in the conversation must consent for the recording to be legal. If you are a participant in the conversation, you can be the one person to consent to the recording. So when Jennifer traveled down to the station, as a precaution, she began an audio recording prior to entering to receive the store citation.
How are you doing today?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm good. How can I help you?
I'm looking for Officer Trupo or Trubo.
Trupo?
Mm-hmm.
What do you need?
I'm supposed to meet him here.
Okay. Just hang out here for a minute.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Officer Bruce.
Bruce.
So far so good, but about 20 seconds later, Trooper Trupo greets Jennifer in the lobby.
Is Bruce
Yes.
from Hawksneck?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Just hang out. By chance, you don't have a copy of your business license, do you?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
By chance, can we talk first?
We
Okay. Like, your threat to get a warrant for my arrest.
Okay. Sit.
Wait, let me speak first. Please don't
Okay.
interrupt. I
No,
asked
stop.
if I could speak.
Sit down, be quiet. You're going to take this citation, you're going to walk out of here with a citation. If you want to run your mouth, you will go in handcuffs. Do you understand me?
You offered to mail it.
Sit down. I told you I would not mail you a ticket. Sit down. Sit
Why
down.
are you speaking to me like this?
Do you want to go to fucking jail right god now? Sit down, shut your fucking mouth, and you will take a ticket and you will leave this fucking office. Do you understand? You have two options. One fucking ticket, or you go with charges to North Central Regional Jail. Shut up. Sit down. Shut up. I will not hear any more out of your fucking mouth. Shut up. Sit right there.
So he went from 0 to psycho in like 2.2 seconds. And remember, this psychopath, this unhinged piece of crap, carries a gun.
After the incident, Jennifer filed a formal complaint against Trooper Trupo, and it appears he was suspended, but Jennifer alleges that the officer that took her statement left out a lot of important information, and that the investigation has now been reopened. The funny thing is, Jennifer never broke the law, and while it's common for a store to be cited for the actions of an employee, there is no excuse for this type of treatment, even if she had. Jennifer's citation was dismissed before making it to court. The clerk's, however, was not. It appears fairly obvious notice that this trooper does not possess the required social skills necessary to work with the public, especially in such a capacity that holds authority over people he seems to despise. Why the state has elected to retain such a man as an employee and allow him to continue carrying a firearm with such an explosive temper is unknown. In most jobs, an employee would be fired on the spot for treating their customers this way, which makes this encounter a prime example of why police unions need to be dissolved. I'm leaving a link to the store's Facebook page in the comments and description. If you ever find yourself visiting Lost Creek, West Virginia, be sure to check them out and honor their business, and be sure to let them know that I sent you.
He just cut me off and said, you know what, you're going to get this citation and you're going to walk out this door. And I was just like, all I kept thinking was like, it went from, I'll mail this to you, to, if you don't come and get this right now, I'm getting a warrant for your arrest. I was just in such shock that he had exploded like that. It wasn't just about being cursed at. It was the pure anger and the pure fear that he put into me. Officer Trupo comes out, he verifies who I am and what I'm there for, and at that point I said, I asked him, I was like, hey, can we talk? And he goes, yeah, what is it? And I said, your threat to get a warrant for my, and then he interrupted me at that point and I couldn't speak. He had started yelling at me at that point. He said, I tell you what, I'm going to write you this citation and you're going to get in your car and you're going to leave. And I said, you offered to mail it. And then he starts screaming at me again to shut the F up and set the F down and shut the F up. And he had just a plain manila folder like this in his hand. And just a paper folder, and as he was screaming, he slammed it on the ground, and you can hear that in the recording as well.
Sit down! Sit
Why
down!
are you speaking to me like this?
Do you want to go to fucking jail right goddamn now?
And he turned around, I honestly thought he was just going to snatch me up and arrest me right then. And I'm just sitting here so confused and wondering why no one's coming out from the back, because I heard other officers talking in the back. And I'm just thinking, why is no one coming out to, see what's going on? Does he need help? Do I need help?
So the other piggies in the pen must be used to this guy blowing his top for nothing, because nobody came to check if everything was all right. Nobody give a crap, right? This psychopath does this normally, so whatever.
Why is he screaming like this? No one seemed to care at all. And I just keep thinking he's so young and he potentially has 30 more years on the force. If this was a stressful situation to make him react like that, what's he doing on the street with something more serious?
So what does this cop do on a traffic stop that doesn't go his way? Or a domestic call that doesn't go his way? On a teenager talking back to him on the side of the road? On a First Amendment auditor filming him? This cop is going to lose his shit and shoot someone. He is absolutely a psychopath. And like she said, he still maybe has 30 years in this. How many people is he going to kill in 30 years? And they won't release what they gave him for punishment. They know we know it's a suspension, but the cops won't release what kind of suspension. So he probably got a 5-day vacation out of this, nothing much. It's like a slap on the hand, don't do it again kind of thing. But he's still a cop. He's still out there with a gun. I'll leave the original video and the description. I'll also leave Lackluster's page. He's pretty awesome. He knows a lot about the laws and stuff. He does a lot of research on his stuff, so he's pretty amazing. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. What do you think this cop should have got for punishment? Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.